You've probably seen it before. One neighbor installs solar panels flat on the roof, another tilts them sharply towards the sky, and somebody online swears that changing the angle by 5 degrees can magically slash your electric bill in half. So, what actually true? Does solar panels angle really matter, or is it one of those details people obsess over that barely changes anything in the real world? And the answer is surprisingly interesting because panels angle absolutely affects the performance, but not always in the dramatic way people think. In fact, the difference between a perfect setup and a decent setup is often much smaller than solar companies and internet experts make it sound. To understand why, you need to understand how solar panels actually collect the energy. Solar panels generate electricity when sunlight hits photovoltaic. Okay, photovoltaic. Okay, I had to Google this. Okay, so photovoltaic cells because I didn't even know what the word meant. I actually taught myself this morning. I didn't even know about that. And the more direct the sunlight is, which is this is the better version, the more energy those cells can absorb. Imagine shining a flashlight straight at a wall versus at an angle straight on. The light is concentrated and intense, and at an angle, the same light spreads out over a larger area and becomes weaker. Solar panels work the same way. When the sun's rays hit the panel directly, production increases, and when the rays hit at steep angles, efficiency drops. And that's why panel angle matters in the first place. But here's where things get more complicated. The sun is constantly moving. Its position changes every hour of the day and every season of the year. So there's no single perfect angle that works all the time. A panel angle optimized for sun will usually perform worse in the winter, while an angle optimized for winter may sacrifice summer production. And this is why installers typically aim for a yearly average instead of chasing perfection for every single season. And in most parts of the United States, the ideal fixed tilt angle is usually close to the home's latitude. If you live around 40 degrees latitude, a tilt near 40 degrees often produces strong year round results. But even then, it's not exact science. A roof tilted at 30 degrees instead of 40 might only lose a few percentage points of total yearly production. And that's the part many people don't realize. Solar angles matter. But there are diminishing returns. Chasing tiny improvements can become pointless very quickly. For example, if one setup generates 10,000 kilowatt hours per year and another generates 10,500, the second system is technically better, but the difference might not justify the extra costs. Complexity. The or ugly mounting hardware needs to achieve it. In the real world, installations practically often beats the perfection. Roof shape is one of the biggest factors. Most homeowners don't build custom roofs just for solar panels. Installers usually work with whatever roof already exists. And if the roof faces slightly southeast instead of due south, or if the pitch is a little, shallower than ideal, the system will still usually perform extremely well. But, modern solar panels are efficient through that. Being close often delivers most of the available benefits. You know, Another thing too, orientation also matters alongside the tilt. In the northern hemisphere, south-facing panels generally receive the most sunlight throughout the day. And the east-facing panels produce more electricity in the morning, while west-facing panels perform better in the afternoon and evening. And some utility companies even make west-facing panels financially valuable because power demands often spikes later in the day when people return home from work. And that means that mathematically highest energy production is not always the financially best setup. Local energy pricing can completely change the equation too. Another factor people ignore is the weather. In cloudy regions, direct angle sunlight matters less because the diffused light scatters across the sky. Places that frequent overcast conditions may see smaller or gains from perfect tilt optimization compared to sunny desert climates where direct sunlight dominates. Snow also changes things too. The steeper panel angles help snow slide off faster, which can improve winter production in the northern climates. Flat panels may collect snow for long periods, temporarily, block the sunlight completely. Dust and dirt also matter too. Slightly tilted panels naturally clean themselves better during rainstorms because the water runs off more efficiently and effectively. Flat systems sometimes require more maintenance because debris accumulates more easily than there's temperatures, which surprises a lot of people. Solar panels actually become less efficient when they get too hot. No, to make that make sense. Extremely sunny conditions can increase heat enough to reduce performance slightly. And this is one reason why some cooler regions with decent sunlight can compete surprisingly well with hotter states in overall solar production. Pardon me today. I'm a little under the weather. Airflow underneath the panels also helps cools them down, which is another reason installers sometimes avoid mounting systems completely flush against the roof surface. And one of the most fascinating technologies designed to maximize angle efficiency is solar tracking systems. These systems physically move the panels throughout the day to follow the sun. Single axis trackers rotate east or west, while dual axis trackers also adjust vertically for seasonal sun movement. Tracking systems can significantly increase energy production, especially in large solar farms as well. But they're expensive, mechanically complex, and require maintenance. And for residential users, the extra electricity often doesn't justify the higher cost. And that's why most homes use fixed systems instead. Simplicity wins again. There's also the issue of shading, which is often far more important than tilt angle. A perfectly angled solar array can lose huge amounts of production if a nearby tree shades it for even part of the day. Shadows are incredibly damaging because solar panels operate in interconnected strings. If one section becomes shaded, it can reduce the output across multiple panels unless the system uses optimizers or microinverters. In many cases, choosing a less ideal angle with full sunlight exposure is much smarter than choosing the perfect angle than partial shading. This is where real world solar design becomes more about compromise than theory as well too. Installers constantly balance angle, orientation, shading, the roof space, local climate, and aesthetics and cost. Another thing most people don't understand is that solar production follows a curve. Small angle mistakes usually don't destroy efficiency overnight. If the ideal tilt is 35 degrees, using 25 or 45 degrees won't suddenly ruin the system. Production drops gradually, not catastrophically. Studies and performance models consistently show that many residential systems still achieve strong output even when they're not perfectly optimized. And this is good news for homeowners because it means solar remains viable in many far more situations than people assume. Flat commercial rooftops are a great example. Many commercial buildings install low angle solar arrays because maximizing the number of panels on the roof matters more than maximizing each individual panel's output. Packing more panels into the available space can produce more total electricity overall, even if each panel operates slightly below peak efficiency. Economics often beats pure energy theory, and the same logic applies to the homeowners deciding between adding more panels versus obsessing over angle adjustments. And sometimes increasing, system size provides better value than endlessly fine-tuning orientation. There's also a misconception that solar panels need direct blazing sunlight all day long to work. That's false. Panels still produce electricity in cloudy weather and indirect light conditions. Production drops, but it doesn't stop entirely. Germany became one of the world's solar leaders despite not being known for tropical sunshine. Modern photovoltaic technology is more acceptable than many people think. And efficiency improvements over the last decade have also reduced the importance of perfect installation conditions. Today's panels are simply better at converting available sunlight into usable electricity instead of just guessing. Companies, can estimate expected performance with impressive accuracy before installation even begins. This helps homeowners understand whether changing tilt angles will produce meaningful gains or just tiny differences. So, does solar panel angle really matter? Yes, absolutely, but not in the exaggerated way people often imagine. A terrible angle can definitely hurt production, especially in extreme cases like vertical wall mounted panels or north facing systems in the northern hemisphere. However, once you're within a reasonable effective range, the gains from perfection become smaller and smaller. And most of the time, a good practical installation will perform very close to an ideal one. And that's why modern solar adoption has exploded. The technology works across a wide range of conditions, roof styles, and climates. The best solar setup is rarely the mathematically perfect setup. It's the setup that balances efficiency, cost, reliability, sunlight exposure, and maintenance, and available space in the smartest way possible. In the end, solar panel angle matters enough to consider carefully, but not enough to obsess over endlessly. The internet loves turning every detail into a dramatic life or death decision, but real engineering is usually about optimization within reasonable limits, not perfection. You know, a solid installation with decent orientation, minimal shading, and quality equipment will almost always outperform a theoretically perfect setup ruined by poor planning or unrealistic expectation. Solar energy isn't magic, and it isn't impossibly fragile either. It's a practical technology designed to work in the real world, and that's exactly why it has become one of the fastest growing energy sources on the planet. Thanks for watching today. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. Without you, I can't grow this channel, and a subscription base is really what we really need on this channel, and we hope to be here for a long time coming. Also, comment down below. I respond to all positive comments, and I would love to hear from you. Also, check out these videos to the right. They could also help you on your journey as well. Hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.